I'm Israel. I want to start off with a happy new moon to everybody out there in Israel. First, we want to give all honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. We want to give all honors to all the elders that's been in this truth years and years and years, waiting for the Messiah to come back and put his people in their proper place. And then we want to give all honors to all the elders in HOI. I want to start off, first of classes, we're going to break down Genesis 49, the 12 tribes chart. But I want to start off with like we were talking about. I'm glad the way some of our people act and the youth act. And this came to my attention, like how sometimes our people don't have self-pride, and it's a reason. First thing I want everybody to look up is called the safe buses. The safe buses was what's that? Black Wall Street. The safe buses was a black-owned bus company. At one point in time, the safe buses was the biggest bus company in America. And you know why that matters? They won't tell you that in school. You won't find that out nowhere. And I say that for this reason. How we was just talking about our youth. What do they glamorize? Sports stars and movie stars.
Gold chains.
Because they only see that. Just imagine as a youth, you seeing several black men owning a bus company, that's a successful bus company. Like I said, if you're out there, just look it up. It's called the Safe Buses, and you'll see. It was the biggest bus company in America. This was like in the 40s and 50s now. You know what I mean? And the thing was, it was just basically income off our people. That's how much power we have with each other. Okay, I want to go on to another thing. There's a guy called Hannibal Baraka. I want everybody to look that up. Look up Hannibal Baraka. He was a black man, a great general, a tactician. And if you notice, if you go to Google, they're going to paint him as a white man. But he was a brother. What's the movie that just came out with Denzel? That's the person he played. Gladiator. He was a black man. He was a black general. And if you read Google, where does it say he's from? Northern Africa.
Right.
How many white men are from Northern Africa? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? That's another thing. Like I say, if we knew all these things or were taught these things, I believe we would have a different outcome on life. Now, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna hit the ladies now. It's a lady. Now this just happened less than 80 years ago. Leanna Baker. You asked what's important about her, right? Her slave owner was raping her, doing all types of evil things, but she killed him. Good. This was the first lady to be placed in the electric chair. On her jury day, it was an all-white jury.
All devils.
So she got the electric chair for self-defense. Now here's the kicker. I think in 1980, now this is crazy, they acquitted her. What good is an acquittal when she been dead? You know what I'm saying? They found that she was in the right 40 years after they killed her. 40 years after they killed her now.
This is the courts for you blacks. Now y'all happy.
God.
But she did. God. I know, but she won. She won today. Are you black folks happy? Well, we happy that she won today, but she's dead. Well, we can't help that, but at least we made y'all happy.
God. These are things that, like you say, how if you want to hide things from blacks. This is a young lady now. Sarah Rector. You look up. Sarah Rector. She was a millionaire at age 13.
Black lady?
Black girl. An oil tycoon.
Yeah.
She was an oil tycoon. But you know the significance of that? They tried to pass her off as white.
Yeah.
They didn't want to let us know that this young girl was an oil tycoon. So whenever she bought train tickets or whatever, they made her like she was a white woman, just to hide these things from us. So I say that to say this: how people think they won't hide things from us. They do that all the time, because I got some more people that I'm gonna mention why they hide things from us. Because just imagine, I think this was in the 40s or 50s, I can't remember whatever she was. How would that make us feel if we see a young, she was like 14 or 15, I think, and was a millionaire now. A millionaire. Now back in that time, you didn't see that many millionaires, especially not that age.
Right. About a millionaire.
God.
Yeah.
Nah, let me look up this last guy. I think this is, I'm gonna get to the lesson. I just wanted to bring these points out about the great things that we do as a people. Let me see. Nope, that's not him, is it? Yes, it is. William Monroe Trotter. I know
Black guy?
another black guy. Let's see what year he did what he did. Just look him up. I'm going to get to it. He was one of these guys who, in 1914, he was a guy who spoke up against sellout blacks, even against the president. He was one of these guys who spoke up against Booker T. Washington about selling out. But you heard about Booker T. Washington. You never heard about William T. Trotter. William T. Trotter went right to the White House in 1914 now and told the president to his face he didn't like racism and this separate black and white. He wasn't going for it. Now, this is 1914 now.
Man.
He went to the White House and told the president this. But you'll never see him about in your history class. Why is that? Got to ask yourself certain things like this.
He's famous.
Why wouldn't it be a movie or something about him? You know what I mean? You know why? Because that gives us confidence to do things. You know what I'm saying? Once we see some of our people standing up fighting, going to, now we talking about he going into the White House in the 1914. That could have been sure death. You know what I'm saying? That's 1914. You only 30 years out of slavery. Now this last one, and when I found out about this guy, I was shocked, man. Now I know people say this GOAT thing all the time, and when I found out about this brother, I called this guy the brother. He'd go to all doctors. His name is Daniel H. Williams.
And this is the GOAT.
Daniel H. Williams. Yeah, this is the go to all doctors. This brother was the first brother ever to do open heart surgery.
Yep.
And you know what's so bad about this brother? He didn't have an x-ray machine or none of that. He did it with just his bare hands. And I'm talking about the first one. Do you know how much pressure that is to do the first open heart surgery when everybody else was talking about it's impossible? If that go bad, they may charge you with a murder.
Yeah.
You know all the pressure. And like I said, he didn't have it like today. We're talking about, this is the day when it wasn't no modern medicine. He don't have no x-ray looking in this man's chest. He doing it just with his eye and a scalpel. Now, if that ain't a bad brother, I don't know who is. Just on his pure instinct. That's why I say to me, this brother is to go to all doctors. I mean, he the baddest doctor ever. You talking about the first one to do open heart now. Very successful open heart surgery. You ain't heard about him in history. Why not? Just imagine us as young kids hearing about this brother doing open heart surgery. Just how many of us, instead of wanting to, and I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with wanting to throw a ball through a hoop or sing, but this would give us another direction to go in. Why wouldn't they put this? You know, and I'm not knocking none of them brothers' plans. I'm glad, because you need that avenue also. But what about this educational avenue? Why wouldn't they push that? You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't you let us know that the first person to do open heart surgery was a black man? You know what I mean? If we equal, like you say we are, why we don't know about this? You know what I'm saying? So you got to ask yourself these questions. Okay, we're going to get to the meat of the class, though. Let's go. This is going to be Genesis 49, the breakdown of who described who, like you were saying. Go ahead, Al.
Just to add on what you just said.
Go ahead.
About how they don't tell our youth about all the great things we did. If you don't mind, I'm going to add a script.
Go ahead.
It says the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. So that's that wicked is not letting the people know who they really are.
Right.
Okay.
Because of wicked. Yeah.
So it says that the hands was given, that the world is given to the hands of the wicked, right? And it says here, he covered the faces of the judges. Now the judges are the saints. The judges are the so-called, the real Israelite. They got them in Hollywood as being, so they covered the faces. That's why a lot of those painters was famous, because they paint over the faces of them. So we see that it's nothing new. So they're doing the same thing then. They don't let you know about the great things that we accomplished. And now they don't let you know who we really are. It's nothing new to do the same thing. That's all I had.
Let's start it off with Genesis 48:1. Give me numbers 1 to 18.
Genesis 48:1. And it came to pass after these things that one told Joseph, behold, the father is sick. And he took with him his 2 sons, Manasseh and Ephraim.
Okay. We know that Joseph was one of the sons of Israel. So, but if you notice, Joseph is not actually a tribe after Joseph. It's actually the sons of Joseph, Manasseh and Ephraim. So Joseph was actually, you know what I mean, one of the sons. So, but it said the father was 6, and you know Joseph, he went off to Egypt. So basically Manasseh and Ephraim, they were the tribes broken down. Okay. Give me, let's go to that Numbers up.
Numbers chapter 1.
I'm going to go to Genesis 49 and 1, all the way to the 4.
Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigree after the family by the house of their father.
God, that's all I want. So that's what we're breaking down. We're breaking down Israel and his sons, Jacob and his sons, you know what I mean, the 12 tribes. Also, maybe, I don't know, a lot of people know that there were also a female born to Jacob. But you notice it's just the 12. It goes off the fathers. The father is the seed. Okay, give me what you got.
Genesis 49:1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. Gather yourselves together and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father.
Okay, stop right there. Now this is Jacob telling his sons, this is everything that's going to happen to you and your particular descendants in the last days. And some of the descriptions are going to describe who is who. So that's what we're going over, the descriptions of basically the tribes to describe who is who. Okay, finish that out.
Reuben, thou art my firstborn, my might, and the beginning of my strength, the excellency of diligently, and the excellency of power.
Okay, right there. Reuben, somebody, I wish we had the signs. Pull up the 12 tribes chart for me. Now, a lot of us don't. Well, a lot of us may do, but if you realize another thing they don't put in the history books, they tell you only one war has been fought on American soil. That's a lie. That is a lie. The war that they lost that lasts over 400 years was with the Seminole Indians. The Seminole Indians did America so bad that they had to be like, we gonna leave them alone. They did the Seminole Indians, I think it was Sitting Bull, that they had to lie to get him to come in for a treaty, and they killed him. They had to lie to him. So that's what it says about Reuben, how strong it is. It was, if you look it up, it's called the American Indian War. But see, in your history books, what they're gonna tell you, oh, the only war fought on U.S. soil was the Civil War. That's a lie. That's a lie. The American Indian War lasted 400 years, and the Americans didn't win. The Seminole Indians was giving them the flux. The flux now. You know what I'm saying? You got to dig deep to find this out. Because, of course, the history books, where am I looking for? Reuben, Seminole Indians. All you got to do is look it up. Seminole Indians, 400 years on this land. But when they go into their history books, you ain't going to find that. Now, you can find it somewhere, don't get me wrong. But the history that they teach us, you're not going to find that nowhere. Go ahead, finish it out.
Unstable as water, though, sought not excel, because thou wentest up to thy father's bed. Then defilest thou it. He went up to my cot.
Now, the reason it said defile the bed, because Reuben had slept with, I think, one of Jacob's maidens or something like that. So that's why they were a little cursed or that. But they are like a real strong tribe. Reuben is a real strong tribe. Like I say, if you notice, they really...
What's the strongest tribe? Wasn't
it? One of it, but Judah is the strongest tribe. But when it comes to warring, at war, the Seminole Indians, they ain't nothing to play with. There ain't nothing to play with it when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, if you look it up, the American Indian War, 400 years. America didn't win that war. That's why it's not in these history books. Let's go to, give me Genesis 35 and 22.
Genesis chapter 35, verse 22. Say come when you got it.
Con.
And let's go to 1 Chronicles 5 and 1.
Genesis 35, verse 22. And it came to pass, when Israel dwelt in the land, that Reuben went and laid with Bahiah, his father's concubine, and Israel heard it. Now the son of Jacob were 12.
So that's where they sort of a punishment, because he went to lay with his concubine. So you know what I'm saying. So that was sort of a punishment. You know what I mean? They laid with a concubine. He laid with the concubine.
With his father's concubine.
Let's go to 1 Chronicles 5 and 1 up.
First Chronicles.
And let me get Hebrews 1 and 1.
1 Chronicles 5 and 1. Now the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, for he was the firstborn. But forasmuch as he defiled his father's bed, his right was given unto the sons of Joseph, the son of Israel. And the genealogy is not to be reckoned after the birthright.
So a lot of his blessings got passed on to, like, that's why I read with Ephraim and Manasseh, you know what I mean, because of what Reuben did, you know what I mean, slept with his father's concubine. Okay.
You said Hebrews what?
1 and 1. Go all the way to 2 out.
Hebrews chapter 1 verse 1. God, who at sundry times and in diverse manners speak in time past unto the fathers by the prophets, hath in these days, last days, spoken unto us by his Son, whom he had appointed heirs of all things.
That's good.
Also, he made the worlds.
Well, I just wonder, that's going again. Jacob, Israel speaking to his sons about the last days and what's going to happen to some of his sons in the last days and describing them. Let's go to Genesis 14 and 5. Go all the way to 8 out. 49 and 5, my mistake.
Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations.
Now, you wondering why it says Simeon and Levi are brethren, right? After it called them all brethren. Called them brethren because they right next to each other. Basically on the same island. And what is that?
And they fight each other.
That's what. And they hate each other. They right next to each other, and they hate each other.
The white man did that.
Go ahead, Doc.
Strange with that cruel instruments of cruelty. They're like the witchcraft.
There you go. One does witchcraft, and the other one is voodoo. And you know they do all that like voodoo, cutting heads off, and all that strange stuff. There you go.
I'm just saying how you just broke it up. Like
Who is it?
they are
The Dominicans and
the
Haitians.
On the same island.
They on the same island, and they hate each other.
They call themselves Dominican and Haitians, but they're Levites and Simeons.
But the reason it says brothers, the distinction is they right next to each other. They on the same island, and they hate each other. They hate each other. You know what I mean? But they brothers.
They do that. They don't even know it.
I mean, what?
Well, they don't know.
Some of it, because there's a lot of Levi's in the truth. Of course, there's some Simeons too, but what we're saying is as a whole. You know what I'm saying? As a whole, and even before, like I would say, before the truth came out, it was just that natural hate that they had for each other. Go ahead to 6.
O my soul, come not thou into their secret, unto their assembly, my honor. Be not thou united, for in their anger they sue a man.
They would say, not united. They on this. It's like you and your other brother, y'all in a 2-family flat, and y'all just going at each other. You know what I'm saying? Y'all in the same house, but we call it a 2-family flat, and y'all just going at each other. Oh, this is my part. Oh, you don't come here. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? So that's why I say you brothers, and they right next to each other. But of course, that's part of the curses we gonna say.
That's almost like Judah and Issachar. We right next to each other.
Because sort of speaking, but not on the same island. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, they real close.
Yeah.
We kind of close, and we ain't even getting along. A white man, boy, he a beast. His wickedness, man. You can't, man. He did a good damn job.
Let's read. Yeah, let's go to 7. Because 7 say it pretty good.
Cursed be their anger, for it was fierce, and their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel.
Like you say, they scattered and divided. Us and the so-called Mexicans are scattered and divided. You know what I mean? Just like we seen the brothers downtown. They didn't know that we was brothers. You know what I'm saying? So like I saying, this is the thing. He says he's going to stick. We scattered and divided. We the same people, and they don't even know it. Even some of us didn't know it. You got some people in the truth say the so-called Mexican, they not part of the 12 tribes. You know what I'm saying?
They still don't know.
You know, but they got so many familiarities that we do. They went in slavery in the 1400s. They got different complexions like we do. The only major difference is we speak different languages. That's really the major difference. You know what I mean? Of course, some of their hair texture, but you know, that's a minute thing. We're not going on that per se. You know what I mean?
So some of them got hair like us?
Yeah, some of them. Yeah, some of them. All right, let's go to 8.
Judah, thou art he whom they brethren shall praise. their hand shall be in the neck of their enemies.
Right.
Their father's children shall bow down before thee.
Okay. Now it says Judah, whom thy brethren praise thee. Now, this is how you know they talking about the American blacks, right? If we wear our pants down, guess what? Every other somebody in the car, they putting their pants down. We walk around with our boots untied. They doing that. We basically invented rap music. Everybody else like rap music. We lead the pack. Whatever we do, everybody else follow.
Whole nation.
Everybody else follow. So that's what that's going into, saying whom they praise us, not praise where, you know, they bowing down. It's talking about they follow us, and no matter what we do, you know what I'm saying? We wear the baseball, football jerseys. You got people in different countries wearing baseball jerseys. You know what I mean? They don't know nothing about the team, but we doing it, they follow us. Go ahead, Al.
Give me the precept, Matthew 5:13.
Go ahead. Somebody got that?
Matthew 5:13.
Kai.
Matthew 5:13 reads,
Go ahead, stay where you at. I get it. I get it. Okay.
I'm right here, Matthew.
Okay.
I'm right here, Matthew. Might as well get 5.
Kai.
Matthew 5:13.
When you get done, let me get Deuteronomy 33 and 17. 33 and 7.
I want to read that over what he just read you.
I got you.
Matthew what?
Matthew 5:13.
Deuteronomy 33 and 7.
You are the salt of the earth.
Con.
But if the salt have lost its Savior, wherewith it shall be salted, it henceforth good, nor nothing but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men.
Huh. Like you just said, the salt of the earth.
That's good.
And what salt do add flavor?
Add flavor.
So that's what we saying. Anything the American so-called black do, everybody on this planet, even the heathens, want to get a part of it.
Got to have it.
You know what I'm saying? So this is, you know, people say, how do you know? This is one of the things that's saying, how do you know? Now, we ain't talking about they praising us. We talking about praise. They follow us. They emulate us. You know what I mean? That's what it's talking about. Now, let's go into it furthermore. You want him to read it again?
Yeah, read that again. That was a good precept because the salt adds flavor to your food.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? So we add flavor to this world. You take us out of this world, it will have no flavor.
Kind of like what people say, salt make everything better.
Right.
When we go to anywhere, what do? We go to a party, we make it better. You add us to a concert, we make it better.
Right.
Anything, we make it better. Go ahead, Al.
Read that for me. Let's see that.
Matthew 5:13.
You want Matthews
You are
or
the salt
49?
of the earth.
No. What you just read?
He want Genesis
Genesis.
49 and
Well, get-
8.
Genesis 49 and 8.
Yeah, what you just read.
Judah, thou art he whom they brethren shall praise.
Okay, so Judah, out of the 12 tribes, the brother is going to praise us. Why? Because we are the ones that's willing to. We got the guts to go against all the nations with our history. And that's why the other tribes don't praise us, because they wasn't awakened in that area. Now, in Jamaica, they fought the Englishmen and they won, right? So Judah gave them a hand. But here, all 11 is going to give us praise. Why? Because we got our hands around the enemy neck with the Bible. Judah in America got the hands around the wicked neck with the Bible. And now we are the ones who wake up the other 11 we all was asleep. We woke up to wake up the other 11. And so the whole 11 is going to praise us for us waking them up, showing who they really are. You hear what I'm saying? And so Judah is the ones that got their hand around the enemy neck with the Bible.
Con.
Yeah.
Also, when it says in the neck of thy enemy, when you look at all the other tribes, they in their so-called land. We still in the land of the enemy. That's how you know it's talking about us. We still in the land of the enemy. We never been, we never got our own land. Go ahead. Let's go to 9.
Judah is a lion's whip from the prey, my son. Thou art gone up. He stoppeth down. He crunched a lion. And as the lion, as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?
Nah, speaking about that lion, like I was saying, like a prey, we've been fighting against the enemy, basically, even with the chains. You know what I'm saying? You know, what does a lion do before it literally stalks a prey? Scoops down, scratches down. So that is the same thing. We've been fighting, like I was saying. We're not saying in Jamaica that they didn't fight against the slave master, even came out first. But even once we got out of slavery, we still been at them. Black Panthers. I'm not saying one of these groups are it, but I'm saying the fight. Even the NOI, Nation of Islam, we always had something battling against the enemy. Always. It's always been a constant battle against us and the enemy. You know what I mean? It's never been a lax where, oh, we good. Like I say, in England or Jamaica, they never had anything like the black person. I'm not saying they didn't have their individual fights, but over here, it's been a constant fight with us. It's a constant thing with our enemy. Keep going on. Hold on.
The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and until him shall the gathering of the people be.
Okay. Now, when it says, nor the lawgiver from his feet and Shiloh, everybody know who Shiloh is?
No.
That's the Messiah. It says, to Shiloh come and give the gathering of the people that be. When the Messiah come back, he gonna gather us all together. And what tribe did the Messiah come out of? Came out of Judah.
Hebrews 7:14.
Came out of Judah. So that's letting you know once again who is so-called Judah. Of course, people say, well, how do you know and all that? It doesn't say specifically American blacks, but when they wrote this book, there was no such thing called American blacks. So we got to use a little common sense. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, when it says praise them and all that, of course, you know, as a black man, they don't praise us. So when we talk about praise, they follow us. That is what do they say? Imitation is a form of flattery. You know what I mean? Nobody follows anybody like they follow us. There you go. Entertain, all that. And those are so-called Judah. That if you can't tie those things in together and can't see that, there's something wrong with you. It's not going to say these are the, why would it say that? Of course, then the white man definitely would take that off the book. He'd have burnt all of them. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to, okay, let's jump to 12.
His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth
No,
white
that was Al.
with milk.
Now, we ain't going to go into the precept. Eyes red and wide, that's talking about the Messiah. He came out of Judah. Come on. Now, that goes in and when it says, it ain't talking about white with actual milk. Anybody know when you drink milk, your teeth don't get white. It says teeth white with milk. It's talking about the word. The word. And we know we in the truth. When you starting off, what do they say? You on the milk. So that's talking about the word. Let's go to, is that 1 Peter 2:2, where the precept about the milk. Yeah, that's it. I got it. I can stay with you. I got it. This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 2. When everybody there say kind. And it reads as this. This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 2. As newborn babies desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby. So when it says that, and what was that 13? It's not talking about actual milk. It's talking to Messiah preaching the word. He's giving us that milk to make us stronger. And like you say, when we in the truth and you first started, what we always say, we got to give you the milk. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're a baby, you got to get that milk till you grow. Let's go back. Where would we at?
13.
Okay, hold on. Let me get back to where it's 49. Give me what you got out. That Deuteronomy 33 and 7. Got it out? Pen.
What did we get?
Oh, you got it?
No, which one we get?
33 and 7. Deuteronomy 33
Deuteronomy 33 and 7.
Oh, you got
And
it?
this is the blessing of Judah. And he said here,
Matthew 5
Lord,
and 6.
the voice of Judah, and bring him unto his people. Let his hands be significant for him, and be thou and help to him from his enemies.
God. That's what I say. Let Judah be significant. Judah is the lead tribe. Not to say that no other tribe is significant. It's just the way the Most High picked it out. You know what I mean? So that tribe is, like I was saying, when we all come to the truth, the rest of the tribe's going to be, glad that we woke them up, that we took that step first. The rest of the tribes are going to be praising us like, you woke us up. You know what I mean? We seen you doing it. We appreciate that you took that step. That's all that means. That ain't me. They're going to be kissing our feet and putting us on their shoulders. We ain't talking about nothing like that. Let's go to, let's get that Matthew 5 and 16 out. Or did we read that already? Did I read that? Okay.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 16. Say, come, you got it. Matthew chapter 5, verse 16. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which are in heaven.
And you notice most of these camps is majority of Judah. So when everybody see our good works, what we doing for the Father, the other camps gonna follow in line. And that's not to say that there's no Ephraimites, there's no Reubenites, because they are there's a lot of Levites in these camps too. But it's just saying the majority of people in these camps is Judah. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? So.
But it's always been where, even when Yahushua was here in Rome, it was Judah. Judah consists of Benjamin, Levi, and Judah, right? So that's so that's Judah.
God.
And so here it's still Judah leading the way, and we do have some Levites, and we do have some Benjamins, and they always been around as we continue to pick up this torch for the Father. Even in the beginning, it's like the prodigal son. How when the elder of the son, he stayed there, but when the younger went out, he blew his money, lap dances and all, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. He got paid, you know what I'm saying. He got laid, you know what I'm saying. Then when the money ran out, you know what I'm saying, nuts dry, he like, what the fuck. So he had to turn himself into a heathen by working for a heathen, picking up pig slop. So he said, I can do better at home. And so now, just like the Northern Kingdom, they want to come back. And we've been doing this though. We've been doing this since Yahushua. Y'all want to come back and start where we at. And so that in turns is what gets us jealous of each other.
God.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, we don't want, we don't. It's just we all coming together. That's the main thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is that Judah is the one that continually to try to always bring us together. It was always Judah. And Judah consists of even in Rome, we've been trying to get Northern Kingdom. Even now. We gave assignment out to go get the Northern Kingdom. Go, Paul. Go get the Mexicans and Puerto Ricans. Here's your assignment. You know what I'm saying? This is why a lot of us, I think we so a lot of us just don't see them as us because they are so far away from us. But and they pretty much they feel the history, but the reality and the history don't go good together.
Right. It was like that back then.
Okay.
They didn't want to acknowledge the so-called heathens.
Right.
So it's nothing new under the sun. Like you just said.
Let me get Psalms 94 and 16, and then let me get Psalms 94 and 16.
94 and 16.
No, let Penn get it. Then you pick back up with the Genesis.
Psalms 94 and 16. See, come, you got it. Everybody got it? Psalms chapter 94, verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
Like Ak was saying, when the other tribes see us stand up for the Father, that should be some initiative for them to come on. You know what I'm saying? So when the other tribes see that, and once again, we ain't seeing no competition and none of that. It's just the way the Father had it. You know what I mean? All the tribes are important. It's just the way the Father had it. You know what I mean? Now, nobody knows what the Father was thinking, why he picked us or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that is just like how we say in any industry or field, that was our job. You know what I mean? The Levi are the priests. That's their job. You don't see Judah doing the job yeah. So that's just a job. That's all that is. It's no one is more important than the other. That's just our job, and that's just what we doing. That's it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna comment on that. It's something else that and you can tell that none of it's important than the other. If someone stayed in the truth or someone come back to the truth, neither one is important because the Father say, he hired. He said anybody want to work for me can get a penny a day. So people start coming in early. Then people came in at the end of the day, all got a penny. And the reason why is because God put this in you. So when God put this in you, you can't glorify in it. Everybody's playing a role. Sometimes they play a role to come back. Sometimes they play a role to stay in. But either role is given by God. It's like when you got say you're making a movie. I want you to play this. I pick what I want you to play. You see what I'm saying? So just because I pick, I want you to play it because you're gonna play it better than anybody else. But all y'all are the movie stars. It's just that you play this role better than anybody else. You may play this role better than anybody else, but nobody's better than nobody. Because everybody is gonna get a penny at the end of the day. Everybody's gonna get salvation at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go to Genesis 13, 49 and 13.
Genesis 49 and 13. Zebulun shall dwell at the haven of the sea, and he shall be.
Yeah, I wanted to comment on that.
Go ahead.
Now that's basically what Uncle was talking about. It's actually in the Bible as well when it says that. Remember, I think that's the book of Matthew when Yahweh was hiring different people, and they was hiring at different times, and basically it didn't matter what time the servants came in, they still got paid accordingly to what he said they got paid. Let me see if I can bring it up real quick. Matthew 20. I can go to it. I know it's in Matthew's.
You want to read that, Judah?
Yeah, I'll read it.
Yeah, Matthew's 20. Start at verse 1 for it.
Bring it out.
Matthew 20, verse 1.
Bring it out.
For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers in his vineyard.
Keep going.
And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard.
Now that's us in the truth. So that penny a day is us getting to the kingdom.
God.
So we all promised that penny a day, right?
Right.
Now keep going.
Verse 3. And he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace.
Now that's the third hour. Now it's other people that already been serving him right there, right? But this because like what Penny was trying to say, we all still the same no matter what. No matter well, I'm not as great as this brother because he been doing this for 30, 40, 50 years. But the Most High, he don't care about that. This is how you say with Judah. How the Most High made Judah. And where he said the scepter should not depart the hands of who? Judah. Out of all the other tribes. But guess what? Just because he said that don't mean that all the other tribes ain't nothing. We still in it together and everything. But I yield.
Con.
To add on what you just said there, that was excellent. Is that also is that the first should be last and the last should be first. So that adds on to what you just brought out, brother.
God, let me get Zechariah 12 and 7. It says it's good in this one right here. Huh?
Zechariah?
Yep, Zechariah 12 and 7.
Okay, Zechariah chapter 12, verse 7. Say, come, you got it.
Where we at?
Zechariah 12 and 7.
Zechariah 12:7. Let's see.
You got it?
Yeah.
You got it? Want me to get it out?
You can get it for yourself, man.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
The Lord also shall save the tents of Judah first.
It's right there. It's the Messiah saying he gonna save Judah first. So like all the brothers were saying, this is what he wants. This is not like, he could have picked any other tribe. It's just, this is what he picked. Go ahead, Op.
That the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah.
No comparison. Don't compare yourself. Everybody has a certain job. What the brothers were saying, has a certain job. Just because he picked us, don't magnify us. Oh, we the same. We family. And that's the reason, one of the reasons we in this situation, how they say it's too many chiefs and not enough Indians. You know what I mean? We not in competition with each other. That's some of the things when you come out the truth, that's some of the things you got to get out your head. We all in this together, you know what I mean? This ain't a competition against me, you. We got all things twisted.
Like it.
Go ahead.
What you always say, it's like your leg telling your arm is better. I'm better than you.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so.
I'm better than you.
You know what I mean? So that's the thing. We like you just said, the leg, if the arm say that, the leg, well, okay, move the rest of the body without me then. You know what I'm saying? So it all work in unison, you know what I mean? And that's what we got to start doing. It's a unit thing, and that's our mindset has to change. We all one unit, you know what I mean? Nobody better than the other. If one was better than the other, we all was in slavery. We all in the same situation. You know what I'm saying? So one can't be that much better than the other. You know what I'm saying?
That's gonna go. It go to show you that if Issachar was the feet, and then Zimmer was the legs, and then so the other, the second tribe is the neck, and then the third tribe is the ear, then the fourth tribe is the eyes, head, mind. You know what I'm saying?
God.
So we all need it, because if the mind go, we ain't no good.
God.
And if the arm go, we cripple.
God.
You know what I'm saying? But the whole body went in captivity.
God.
You see what I'm saying?
God.
And so we're nothing without each other. That's the point.
God.
We're nothing without each other. And when it comes to competition, that's because, when Satan put in, which is the white man, how you have us go against each other. The Jim Crow law is still in our system. And so as we grow with each other, we have to digest this Jim Crow law out of our system. You know what I'm saying? We have to digest these parasites out of us. You know what I'm saying? So, and so the Bible is the herbs that we take to digest these parasites out of ourselves, so we can become ourselves. And we become ourselves in the unit. You see what I'm saying? And you know, and when we start to feel like, you know, one better than the other, we guess where we're getting that from? I mean, we still got parasites in us. You know what I'm saying? When you know, if I feel I'm better than you, and you better than me, I mean, I still got that white man parasite in me. You know what I'm saying? And so guess what I got to do? Get back in the Bible and start taking that tea every morning so I can digest the rest of this demon out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's in all of us. You know what I'm saying? The point is that, I mean, I'm talking about everything. There's times when jealousy visit me. You can't tell jealousy who he want to go see. I see anybody. The jealousy can be like, I see anybody I want to see. I can see you tonight. I can see you today. Your boyfriend come with a new car tomorrow, I'll be there. In you. You know what I'm saying? I'll be there in you, so you're gonna be happy for him. I'm trying to be happy as hell for my brother. And some is erupting that. And it ain't me, because I'm trying to smile like hell. But it's something that's been visiting me for so long that I got to re-recognize that. You know what I'm saying? And digest that out of my system with the word.
Go ahead. I'll go back to Genesis 49:13.
Genesis 49:13. Zebulun shall dwell at the haven of the sea, and he shall be for a haven of ships, and his border shall be unto Zion.
Now Zebulun is the Guatemalans and Panamanians, because it says the border. They right off the water, you know what I mean, pretty much. They buy all the ports. Now, once again, we're not saying all of Zebulun, just like all of Judah is not in the United States, you know what I mean? But there you go, the majority, because I just thought about it, we got somebody, oh, so everybody from Judah is in it? No, we're not saying that. We're saying the mass amount is in these, you know what I mean? That's what we're saying. I had to say that because, you know, how some people, oh, so Judah is all just in the U. No, we're not saying that. We're not saying that. You know what I mean? Of course, there are bits and pieces everywhere, of course. You know what I mean? Keep going up.
14. Issachar is a strong ass, couching down between two burdens. And, you want to carry on?
Hold on, let me get to it. See if I'm switching. My fault. Issachar. Where we at? 14. Yeah, go to 15.
And he saw that rest was good, and the land that it was pleasant, and bowed his shoulders to bear, and became a servant unto tribute.
Okay, when it says a strong ass, we know that's a donkey. A donkey is a hard working. You can work a donkey to death. To death. Donkey is one of the strongest workers. And of course, now once again, we're not calling them donkeys. It's a comparable. Issachar works hard, just like we were saying. Issachar can put a roof on in 3-4 hours, go to another place, do some cement work. After they doing some cement work, they go somewhere else and put some electrical stuff in. They work hard out here. What do most of us say? I'm gonna get the so-called Mexicans to do it. The mouse, the fast mouse, when he got the sombrero. What are they doing when they got the sombrero? Take a siesta. That's what it says.
Drinks.
No. He saw that rest was good.
Okay.
When you see him sitting down in that this thing, I can't think of the mouse where they got and he's sitting down resting. Yeah, the cartoon. I can't think of. Yeah, resting. There you go. So after all that hard work, you're gonna have to rest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So he worked so hard that he know how to that he know how to enjoy rest. Cause
Right. He take his breaks seriously.
Yeah, you see what I'm
Take
saying?
his breaks seriously.
yeah.
And what does it say? The land that's pleasant. Where do people mostly want to go? Texas was technically theirs. California was technically theirs.
Mexico.
all people want to visit those lands, right? It says where the land was pleasant. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's talking about, where the land is pleasant. You know what I'm saying? Of course, all the Texas is we talking about before it was stolen. This is what this is going into. California was theirs. You know what I'm saying? You know, what's the Puerto Viago, whatever that place is go. People want to go there because their land was beautiful. That's what this is going into. Let's go to 16.
16. Dan shall judge his people as one of the tribes of Israel.
Keep going to 17.
17. Dan shall be a serpent by the way, adder in the path that betteth the horse heels, so that his riders shall fall backwards.
Now this is going in where people think that they say Dan is basically, he mixed in with all the tribes. If you notice, he's not really on the 12 tribe chart. But they say Dan is mixed in with all, he's within all the tribes. He's not no individual distinction. He's a blend in with all the tribes. So, where we at now? Let's jump to 19.
Gad, a troop, shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last.
Okay. Now, of course.
So then Gad gonna wake up and.
Con. Now we know that's the American Indians because it says a troop.
We ain't nowhere near the end. We ain't no Gad to wake up.
Well, no, that ain't the so-called. You know what I'm saying? We ain't really went to the reservations. You know what I'm saying? And actually,
we got a long way to go.
No, they detest. If you see a real American Indian, they detest Thanksgiving. They detest that shit. They hate. If you said they talking about, they hate that shit. I mean, I'm gonna say this from the ones I know.
You sure?
Yeah, they hate the white man. Don't nobody.
No, they do.
Casinos, the ones that got casinos probably don't.
No, they not.
Those $5.
Yeah, them not. I'm talking about the ones on the reservations and all that.
I remember.
They got a strong hate for the white man.
I remember Chief Priest.
Yeah.
I remember Chief. He went down to the I think that was to a place where the Indians had met up, you know, with the white folks doing the dance. It was their parade, you know, and Chief was there and Shower Paw, you know, blasting it out. But who was defending the pink toe was Gad.
And I can't speak for them, but I said the majority they hate. They keep their history. They know that this land was taken from them.
They know that much.
You know what I'm saying? And they know who took it. Now they may have an issue with us. Like I said, I don't know, but real Gads, they hate the white man because they like you took that was ours. Yeah. They know, like I say, they know their history on that. You know what I'm saying? They ain't like you say to be confused. And I'm not knocking the so-called Gad. They detest that Thanksgiving and all that. You took our land. You see what I mean? So I mean, of course we don't have a lot of Gad, but of course some of us may be Gad because you know well maybe not Judah, but us. See, a lot of us, what we used to say in the 70s, I got Indian in my family. How many of us used to always say that? You know what I mean?
High cheekbones.
You know what I mean? So let's go to we basically just got two more. Let's read 20.
Out of Asher his bread shall be fat, and he shall yield royal dignities.
Well, now Asher is the so-called